Hello, namaskaram, namaskar. Welcome to the big breaking. My name is Pooja Dwivedi. So today we are going to discuss another controversy that has recently occurred just an hour back, that the invites of the G20 to the G20 foreign leaders and chief ministers for a dinner shows the name the President of Bharat instead of the President of India. This is for the first time when the nomenclature has been changed from the President of India to the President of Bharat. So what is the controversy behind all this? We'll get into that. Now, if I talk about the StudyIQ IAS English, please do subscribe to it, because whatever information is important from the perspective of your preliminary examination will be provided here. Other than this, the PDF will be made available on my Telegram channel, Pooja Dwivedi UPSC. To know more about this examination, you can also contact me on Instagram. So the term President of Bharat has been used for the first time in an official invite to the heads of state who are attending the weekend G20 summit, and it replaces the traditional President of India, which marks a significant shift in the nomenclature on the international stage. Internationally, most of the countries or all the countries know us as India, but India is trying to redefine its position as Bharat. So Bharat is an original name, as in it has been given to us by ourselves only, but India is a foreign name. It was never used in our context in the ancient times. After the advent of the British, we were known as India to describe the indigenous population, the native population that is living in the land. So President Draupadi Murmu's invite to G20 foreign leaders and CM for a dinner on September 9 says President of Bharat instead of President of India. The thing is that recently we know that UPA, the coalition which also consists of UPA, changed its name to India. And this is why one of the reasons we can say is the nomenclature has a lot of heft right now. Bharat has also been used in a G20 booklet which has been handed to foreign delegates that says Bharat, the mother of democracy, in order to highlight in India's G20 presidency its rich democratic ethos for thousands of years. In Bharat, that is India. Taking the consent of the people in governance has been a part of life since earliest recorded history. Now, Bharat, that is India, has been actually interchanged here, as in Article 1 of our Constitution. It has been mentioned India, that is Bharat, will be a union of states if you read it. So it gives precedence to India over Bharat, and that shows the colonial hangover that we still have. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma was among the first to cheer the big change, saying Republic of Bharat, happy and proud that our civilization is marching ahead boldly towards the Amrit Kal. He said that on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, Rahul Gandhi explained during a press conference about the rift that BJP and specifically if we talk about NDA, that is a coalition of many parties, as in that comprises of many parties of which BJP is also a part, saying that the fight is between NDA and India, between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and India, between their ideology and India. So you know what happens when someone stands against India? Who wins? And this created a huge backlash. The Prime Minister backlashed or clapbacked by saying that while changing your name from UPA to India, you are just trying to hide away your sins. So this is, again, this particular change of nomenclature has got a lot of backlash from the opposition. Now, India is one of those countries which is known by numerous names. The most original one is Bharat, then India, sometimes Hindustan or Hind, and the most ancient one is Jambu Dweep. Only Bharat and India right now in common use. The elite, most of all, the urban population calls it India. Bharat is more prevalent in rural India and the common usage words. Otherwise, we also see Hindustan or Hind. Now, according to the Constitution of India, we are the people of India, that is Bharat. In the Article 1, it has been given. And it gives precedence to India over Bharat. In the English language discourse, we use the word India. In the Hindi expression, we use the word Bharat. The basic connotation is different, as in India is more relevant from geopolitical perspective right now because of course, using this word since a really long period of time. Bharat is more appropriate for domestic use. That is the connotation. See, the ancients, the people of the land, such as our ancestors, super ancestors, they knew their country almost all of the subcontinental size at Jambu Dweep. That means the land of the fruit jamun. And Bharatvarsha has also been used, like the land of the sons of Bharat. Bharat was a legendary emperor. So it's an original name. It got initiated from the land itself. But Sindhu river has a lot to do when it comes to getting our name, such as India or Hindu or Hind or Hindustan. So how is it possible? Let's know that. See, this is the river Indus. We from the ancient period have known this as Sindhu. Persians, they cannot pronounce correctly the letter S. So they call S as H. So it became Hindu. This river was known as Hindu by the Persians. So people who lived beyond this river were Hindus, all of them. Not only the correct religious denomination, but all of the people who lived here were Hindu. Later on, for the same reason I must also iterate, when Soma, in our ancient Vedic text, it is known as Homa in Persian, and as Sapta, that is 7, becomes Hafta. So I hope you understand what we are getting into. Later on, the Greeks started calling it with IND. So it started getting its another name, Indus, this particular river. So hence, by long usage and distortion, it became from the Sindhu to Hindu, and then in India, as we saw that the nomenclature has changed over time. So the name Bharat is an endonym. That means it is a name that has been given to us by ourselves. Of course, every person has the right to call themselves by their own name, and that should be respected. We cannot give names to other people, right? Similarly, it is for Bharat as well. Hind and India are exonyms. That means it is the name that has been given to us by outsiders. Sindhu is the original Sanskrit name for the great and mighty river bordering the subcontinent to its northwest. I have already shown you about it. See, as you can see, river Sindhu becomes, in Greek it is Indus, in Persian it becomes Hindu. Land is Bharat, in Greek it's India, and in Persian it's Hind or Hindustan. I hope you are getting it, why we are now using the word Bharat. Bharat shouldn't be Greek. Now, as I told you, Bharat is the endonym. Why India is considered derogatory because of that? See, it's an exonym. That means it has been given to us by outsiders. So why should we accept it? It lacks respectable indigenous pedigree. That means it does not consist of any word or any connotation that can show that what is so unique about the people of Sindhu or Bharat. As stated in detail above, the word Indian outside gives distorted, demeaning connotation of being aboriginals or Americas, that is the Native Americans. They also do not like the word Indians. It is too reminiscent of the colonial disparagement of loot, plunder and destruction. So these are the many reasons why the word Bharat should be used and not India. The thing is that it has not been written, this article has been written by an IPS officer, OPS Malik sir, and not any politician. So just think, whenever you are going to talk about this particular thing in your mains examination and the interviews, you must know what we are getting into. So thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe to our channel.